enough for our next open micer, who is a pentathlon winner and who is never here, and I'm hoping, because he has so much awesome poetry, that he would want to have a book published with Scars Publications, because we like to publish books and we're good at it. And he has good writing, and that would be double plus awesome. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a mini feature from the greatest poet alive, GPA!
I was looking around like, who the hell is she talking about? I'm only on the left. Like, wow.
You're the man. I say you for laughing, darling. Oh.
I want to say everybody, you fucking rock. I just want to tell you, you rock. Janet rock. Charlie knew the rule. A man just leaving divorce court, of course going through divorce, walks across the lake on 75th and Colfax, near South Shore Drive, finding solace. As he walks across the sand, he sees a man, rather large man, muscular, sitting on a rock, sobbing uncontrollably, almost like a whale. He says, this is Chicago, I'll mind my own business, especially this man is crying, he must be going through something, has nothing to do with me, I'm going through my own stuff. But as he passes the man, the compassion comes out of him and he says, sir, are you okay? The man continues to sob. His sobs get louder, wailing louder, tears palpable, like they were hail drops. He goes closer to the man, he puts his hands on him, somewhat cautiously, because the man is quite large, quite muscular. As the man lifts his face up, the tears stain his cheeks, stain his beard, down to his neck. And the man has multicolored eyes, not contacts, but they're brown, they're blue, they're green, they're all these assortment of colors. And he notices, even though he is secure in his manhood, that the man is quite handsome. And so he's taken aback by this realization. All of a sudden, very abruptly, the man stops crying. Tears dry up as if they had never been. And maniacally, he starts laughing. The man is, of course, taken aback because he was just crying, wailing, sobbing. And he's laughing. Hands over his belly, rolling in the sand, laughing. So the man, out of his concern, no longer for the man, but for himself, and he asks, sir, what is so funny? I showered. My clothes coordinate. Why are you laughing at me so? And as soon as he had started laughing, he stopped. And in a very clear bass voice, he said to the man, God banished me to hell forever, but you chose to stay in yours. And he began laughing. And the man who was walking across the beach looking for solace from the divorce he was going through began sobbing and walked off in the distance. My poem. I have a confession. I know it's not the proper time and there's no priest here, but I have a confession. And my confession is this. I find it quite comfortable to be in the space that is called in between your legs. I do. I do. You make it easy for me, even though I'm taller than you, for it not to make a difference. And I'm much heavier than you, and the weight distribution comes out even. Surely your legs, those thighs, those calves must be Herculean in strength, even though you are filled with estrogen. I love the way you splash me with your waters. Your movements are so even, so direct, so poignant. And you make going to the barber so irrelevant, because I love the way you shave my bald head. My poem. All right, let's turn it up a notch. Let's go. I love the way she walks. her heels, the way they click-clack on downtown Chicago. I love the way she walks up the steps to my abode. I love the way she walks to her car. It's like a mixtape. Because every time she puts her feet down, 1, 2, 1, 2. She puts her beat down, 1, 2, 1, 2. And after she puts her feet down, 1, 2, 1, 2, she puts her beat down, 1, 2, 1, 2, and she has my full attention. Because then I follow the reverberation that comes from her 1, 2, 1, 2, that comes from her calves to her thighs. And I am affixed and transfixed on those motions. So the reverberation that comes from her thighs and her calves stems from the 1, 2, 1, 2 of her putting a beat down, of a 1, 2, 1, 2. She puts her feet down. And she puts her feet down, 1, 2, 1, 2. She puts that beat down, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then it triggers the reverberation that goes from her calves to her thighs. And then it goes to that beautiful backside, that positively posterior. And it has not a switch, but a switch and a half. A switch and a half. So from the positively posterior going from a switch and a half, stemming from the reverberations of her thighs and calves that began with when she put her beat down, 1, 2, 1, 2. She put her feet down, 1, 2, 1, 2. Feet down, 1, 2, 1, 2. Beat down, 1, 2, 1, 2. Reverberation going to her calves and her thighs, causing a switch and a half of a beautiful backside, which comes up to the swell of her breasts. And they don't jiggle, no. Because that might say that they were obtuse, they were uneven, they were, well, not perfect, and they are. They have a jig, just a jig. And the jig of her breast came from a switch and a half of a beautiful backside, the reverberation from her thighs and calves that began when she put her beat down, 1, 2, 1, 2. Every time she puts her feet down, 1, 2, 1, 2. And finally, after all the things have come together on her mixed, she looks at me as I watch her, and sweetly, softly, she mouths the word, what? And I said, love, I love your mixtape. And I can't wait to hear part 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. My poem.
13, 1 second.
All right. I'm going to look directly in the camera and I'm going to direct this at you. You don't live anywhere close to me, but you need to hear this. I'm mad about you. I'm mad about you as this morning I sat at the breakfast table and I was hating it, the fact that you weren't there the same way Cain hated his brother Abel. See, I woke up this morning in my fair city of Chicago. The sun was shining, and for once all summer, the temperature was at an even keel. But it wouldn't have mattered at all if it did rain, so long as you was here. Because I'm mad about you. I'm mad about you. See, I'm mad about you. See, I woke up this morning, said a prayer, and went to work out. Okay, I didn't give you the whole story. I thank God for letting me wake up, let my heart beat, let me breathe air in my nostrils, let my eyes open, let my ears be able to hear. And then I went to the gym and I worked out. I started off with some push-ups and did some bench presses, incline, flat, decline, did some triceps, you see it, did some triceps. So just when we go out, I look like the man I'm supposed to look like when I'm with you because I'm mad about you. Came home, showered, and because I'm dark-skinned it, I use olive oil so I don't be ashy when I come out the shower. So I look right when I'm with you because I'm mad about you. I'm mad about you. And you might hear my voice and you might say, poet, you sound angry, you sound aggressive, you sound antagonistic, but no, love, it's the pitter-pat every time my heart beats, the passion in it. Because you go across my mind constantly in thought. You are the sole occupant of my memory, and you are the inspiration for all my fantasies and my dreams. So it's the opposite of dream, because I'm mad about you. I'm mad about you because I found the equation that solved the matrix, and it was taught to me by my dearly departed father. His name was Mr. Fix. And this is not the part of the poem to make you sad. It's just the knowledge that a son got from his dad and he shared what he had. He said, son, from Adam, Eve was created. So simply put, the fruition of God's plan was from man. Woman was created to be with man. He said, Mark, call me by my name because I was his son. Mark, find you a good woman. And I found you. And I'm mad about you. So I sit at the breakfast table by myself as I go through the day sometimes thinking about you by myself. As I lay in bed sometimes and I have to touch myself because you aren't there, imagining it was you by myself. I'm mad about you, and I should be with you. I'm mad about you, and I'm not with you. I'm mad about you. My name is GPA, and that's my poem.
Oh, thank you so incredibly much. That was so awesome.